What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. And just when you think the Democrats can't stoop any lower, they hit you with the Doc Holliday nonsense. I've yet to begin to defile myself. Just beginning to defile themselves. When Congresswoman Underwood decides to chastise the Director of Homeland Security concerning these children who are dying in their custody. Now, of course, we've been hearing from Homeland Security over and over again, we need help. We're at the breaking point. All of these videos, investigations people are doing, showing how they're risking their lives to save these people who put their kids in bad positions, crossing rivers, with the baby over their head, putting the baby on rafts, sending the children alone. All of these dangerous things that our Homeland Security and our Border Patrol is dealing with without any help of the Democrats. They're sitting back, quarterbacking it, Monday morning quarterbacking it. But this lady decides to go one step further. Normally, we're used to the Democrats just attacking people in Homeland Security like they know better, like they could do better. What are you doing about this? I mean, what's your job? Is it true that, a whole bunch of that grandstanding, instead of just coming out and saying, you know what, we're doing this because we hate Donald Trump and we want open borders. And no matter what you tell us and no matter what obstacles you put in front of us and whatever data and statistics you throw at us, we're going to find fault in that. And we're going to accuse you of being a part of the problem and not the solution. Maybe you're not compassionate enough. Maybe you're not gentle enough with them. Maybe you're not tolerant enough. Maybe you don't empathize enough with these people's plight. You have to treat them with tender love and care. Yeah. And so we seen some of these kids, they come over and they're sick on the way, and then they end up dying for some reason. Now, this is after we put all of our resources and money. Let me get back in focus. There we go. This is after we put all our efforts, resources, and money into trying to save their lives. We don't get reimbursed for that. You know who absorbed that? Us. So now, when one of these kids dies in our custody, instead of saying, let's go ahead and fix the problem by changing the laws to keep people from having an incentive to come across the border in the first place, or even worse, send their kids on this long journey on their own. Instead of saying that, this woman...
We've asked for more authority to deal with it, to prevent this crisis from happening in the first place and from the children being put at risk. We've deployed the funding from FY19 that Congress has authorized. We've increased our temporary facilities by 500 beds in Donna, by 500 in El Paso. We've got 3 additional soft-sided facilities coming online in June. We've deployed medical practitioners. We now have over 100 certified medical practitioners in our 2 busiest sectors.
Right, but
we've
people
asked
keep
for
dying,
more money
sir.
to extend that.
People keep dying, and so this is obviously more than a question of resources. Congress has been more than willing to provide the resources and work with you to address the security and humanitarian concerns, but at this point, with 5 kids that have died, 5,000 separated from their families, I feel like, and the evidence is really clear, that this is intentional. It's intentional. It's a policy choice being made on purpose by this administration, and it's cruel and inhumane. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That's an appalling accusation, and our men and women fight hard to protect people in our custody every single day. We've asked for this resources 3 weeks ago. It hasn't been responded to by Congress, and we've asked for changes in authorities for the last 3 years that would have prevented this from happening.
Says that she's now starting to think, since this is now 5 children who've died in the custody of Homeland Security or Border Patrol, she's now starting to think that this is deliberate. Did you hear that? She said this is deliberate based on the policies that Homeland Security and the Border Patrol has and this administration has. So what she's insinuating is that Homeland Security or the Border Patrol know that these policies will somehow contribute to killing these kids. And so now it's deliberate. Hey, they're sitting in the room. Hey, listen, man, you know what we need? We need policies that will kill these kids. Now, that should be a deterrent from them keeping coming. I mean, because right now, they're just coming. If we set up something to kill them, like magically allowing them to catch certain diseases, even though we have no control over that, the kid caught the flu, but it's okay. Because, see, understand, just the fact that we will it to happen, it happens. We say, you know what, these kids keep coming, we're gonna just will diseases to get hold of them. That's what we're gonna do. And when they get sick, we're just gonna sit back and watch them, but just fake like we're trying to stop it, fake like we're trying to save their lives, you know, run up the cost and then make that cost be incurred towards the taxpayers. We're gonna fake all of that stuff. All a part of our diabolical scheme to kill these kids. And you know what? We're not moving at the rate that we want to, considering we have hundreds and thousands of these kids coming all the time. Right now, we've only lost 5. So we need to pick up the pace here if we're going to really implement this diabolical scheme. So that is what she's insinuating. Now, that hit an all-time low when it comes down to some of the vicious, vile accusations that the Democrats have. That right there shows me that you are part of the problem. And instead of trying to come up with any solution, you're now just going to victimize the heroes of the story. Right now, she became an antagonist. I mean, Homeland Security and the Border Patrol should be celebrated. And here she goes attacking them and insinuating that they might be complicit in this. Yeah, it's done on purpose. These kids are dying on purpose. Get her out of there. Will somebody please get her out of there? She's not qualified to sit on the bench, because our leaders are supposed to be asking those people, what's the problem? How can we help you? How can we fund this? What resources do you need so these kids don't die in your custody? And you know what? Thank you for doing everything you can to save these kids whose parents put them in that position. So now, instead of accusing or addressing the people who are responsible for putting the kids in that position, she redirects the attention towards the Director of Homeland Security. And of course, they played it on TV throughout the day, because I'm sure she didn't think that one through. When it came off her lips, she probably was like, uh-oh. That made it sound like I just called this man a killer of babies, because that's what she did. And then when they asked her to clarify it, all she did is read her statement right back, meaning I'm doubling down on it. You heard me. That's right. You know, y'all are complicit in this. Man, if there was ever time where I wanted to use the force to choke somebody out long distance, that was it. I was watching the TV like, oh, your lack of knowledge disturbs me. I tried, I couldn't get it, but I've been working on it, you know, and maybe I need to get closer. Maybe my force ain't strong enough to, you know, project at that distance, but she needed just a slight, just a little bit, and then somebody said, Kevin, release her, as you wish. Yeah, I wanted to choke her straight out long distance for saying that. She should be embarrassed to even represent the United States when you attack our people for participating in keeping us safe and dealing with folks with compassion that violates our laws. Technically, we should be like, hey, man, whatever happens, happen. Y'all brought this on yourself. But they've gone above and beyond to save these lives, only to hear their own leaders throw them under the bus like that and accuse them, try to make it seem like it was indirectly, of killing these kids. You know what? Get that party out of here. I'm telling you, I need one big, long novelty hand to swoop them all away. That's what we need right now. Hopefully that big hand will come in November 2020. All right, God bless you. Find me every Wednesday, 7:30 live in Kevin's Corner. I'll be talking about all this nonsense on YouTube and also on my radio blog talk show. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. And check out Extreme Tees. If you like some of the products, put my name in the promo code Kevin. You'll get a 20% discount. And make sure you hit that like button more than once, because they've been playing games. And then also, don't forget to, if you want to support Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's a link in the bottom to do that as well. And we will see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Oh, find me on Facebook and Twitter. God bless.